everyone, it's Emma here from Just a Guy Who Loves Elvis. And today's episode is one I have been so excited to share with you. Because Christmas at Graceland glittered with lights, colour, warmth and joy. But behind all that magic were the women who shaped Elvis Presley's hearts. Not the music producers, not the Hollywood executives, not the business managers. The women. Women who taught him tenderness, faith, humour, comfort, and how to love with his whole heart. Women whose influence flowed through his Christmas music, his traditions, and the way he treated others. So today, we're stepping into a story filled with gentleness, strength, and a few smiles along the way. Because I promise you, Elvis's life was never short of charming, funny, stubborn, loving women who kept him grounded. Let's meet them. Every Elvis story begins with Gladys Love Presley. His mother wasn't just close to him, she was stitched into his soul. Gladys gave Elvis his gentleness, his compassion, his emotional openness, his gospel roots, his belief that love mattered more than anything. Christmas during Elvis's childhood wasn't extravagant. Money was tight, life was humble. Gladys created warmth out of thin air. A branch for a Christmas tree, handmade decorations, a meal prayed over with gratitude rather than abundance. She taught Elvis that Christmas wasn't about what you had. It was about what you gave from the heart. And when Graceland later glowed with lights and garlands, there wasn't wealth on display. It was Gladys' love shining through her son. After Gladys passed, Elvis felt a hole that nothing could fill. But into that space stepped Minnie Mae Presley, or as Elvis affectionately called her, Dodger. Dodger was tiny, fierce, proud, and utterly unimpressed by Hollywood glamour. She would look at Elvis in the most expensive outfit and say, "Son, you paid too much for that." She brought him stability, humour, Southern tradition, a grounding presence. At Christmas, Dodger insisted on proper Southern cooking, proper Southern manners, and proper Southern opinions, whether Elvis asked for them or not. She reminded him that despite the fame, he was still her grandson, still the boy she once rocked on her knee, and still very much a Presley. Elvis grew up surrounded by loving aunts who adored him. Aunt Delta, who later lived at Graceland, became one of the pillars of his home life. These women helped raise him, encourage him, fussed over him, and yes, occasionally gossiped about him, lovingly of course. They kept family traditions alive, the right recipes, the right decorations, the right stories, and that right amount of Presley humour. They made sure Christmas felt like home, even when fame threatened to make life feel too big. Elvis was guided spiritually by the gospel singing women he heard in churches growing up. Their voices gave him emotional depth, spiritual understanding, the ability to pour his soul into a song. The sacred sincerity you hear in his Christmas hymns. When Elvis recorded Silent Night or Come All Ye Faithful, he wasn't performing, he was praying. Every note carries the echo of the woman who taught him faith from music instead of sermons. Graceland at Christmas did not decorate itself, even though sometimes it feels that magical. Behind every ribbon, wreath and candle were the women who helped Elvis express the joy he felt in December. Close female friends, staff who understood his emotional attachment to Christmas, women who knew exactly what Elvis style meant. The blue lights outside, inspired by Gladys. The nativity scene, chosen with reverence. The trees in nearly every room, Elvis loved abundance. And the women around him made it happen beautifully. Elvis loved the women in his life, not just romantically, but emotionally, as friends, confidants, supporters. These women offered him humour, encouragement, emotional safety, lightness during stressful times. At Christmas, they reminded him to slow down, to enjoy the season, to laugh, and to be present. Some brought homemade treats, some told stories, some teased him lovingly when he got overly dramatic, and Elvis adored every moment of it. Women were Elvis's emotional teachers. They gave him his moral compass, his vulnerability, his faith, his gentle way of loving, and his understanding of kindness. These qualities defined Elvis more than any music contract or movie deal ever did. In every Christmas song he sang, every act of kindness, every prayer he whispered, you can feel the fingerprints of the woman who shaped his heart. When Elvis's voice fills homes every December, we're not just hearing him, we're hearing Gladys Warm's, Dodger's strength, Aunt Delta's roots, the gospel woman's harmony, and the friends who encouraged his joy. Their love flows through every note, every tradition he kept alive, every smile he brought to others at Christmas. They didn't just influence Elvis. They helped create the man we still love today. Elvis Presley's Christmas legacy is a tapestry woven by the woman who shaped him. And every December, when his songs return to us like old friends, so do they. Their love lives in his voice. Their warmth lives in Graceland. Their lessons live in his kindness. Their spirit lives in the magic we feel when Christmas and Elvis meet once more. Thank you so much for joining me for this heartfelt emotional journey through the Christmas woman who shaped Elvis's heart. Next time we're stepping into something cosy and delicious. Elvis's favourite Christmas food and family traditions around the table. If this episode warmed your heart, a like, subscribe or share truly means the world. But simply having you here with me is the greatest gift. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, Merry Elvis Christmas, everyone.